it's Bree, and today I am going to show you how to move objects with your energy. So first, get accustomed to your energy. You can absorb it by going outside, getting sunlight, drinking water, filling yourself up with gratitude for where you currently are. Sometimes that acceptance has to come with what you're actually feeling. Sometimes that's not bliss. Sometimes that's rage. And that does not make you any less powerful, neither does your shame, sadness. But there's a reason it's all there. I like to get my energy grounded by hugging trees, going to the park, touching my stones. You start to feel the heat radiating off your body, and maybe you can see glimmers of light, just a sheen. But you can feel that heat and how close it is to you. And then when you reach back, you feel it dissipating and you feel the space between it, and you're practicing feeling the space. What is you and where that next thing begins and can enter. I started this practice with an eraser and a needle inside. You could use a skewer and a pot of dirt. I glued a thumbtack this time. And I create kind of like a rotary system. Create a square piece of paper, like a cardboard. I love aluminum foil. There's something while practicing with like just the electromagnetic, oh my goodness. We're electric and magnetic, and the conductivity of metal. But if you fold it and find the centerpiece and can somehow get it stabilized, balanced, just feel it. Connect with what paper is. And have a vision and intention and action in whatever feelings you're sitting with. Maybe we can make it spin the other way. But it seems there's some kind of reverse pull happening. Or speaking into it. We can also try with aluminum foil. Just like different objects around you. Trees. I just like to look at it. Try the other way. These crystals. So yesterday I used a moldavite, and we're gonna try a shungite. can even program your crystals and ask it to make a move, like a button. So when you press it, an action happens. So say when I press it, it's gonna spin faster. So there's different methods you can use when you're really connected to it. You can affect it at a distance. But your focus is key. Your ability to not get stuck in your breath. Your visualization on your in-breath. And the out-breath. In-breath is almost a counterclockwise, huh? Doesn't matter. Breathe out. So there's an example of how you can use different strategies. Get another crystal, and then maybe let's aim like a piece of wood at it. All right, I got motivate. Piece of motivate here. Wonder what happens if we just put the motivate underneath. I can see all the energy radiating off of it too. It's pretty incredible. Now this is optical calcite. I programmed this as a remote before to spin things. See how it reacts when I put it there. What if I send a signal to the motivate? The motivate's just kind of keeping it out of. Now what I want, hold on, I'm trying to kick the motivate off. And make it interactive play. All these objects are alive. Okay, so we got the optical calcite. Now let's try a piece of wood. I don't know, we're just experimenting now. Like, you know how we have magic wands? Okay, I'm gonna try to flat it off. I hope this gave a good example of how to connect with objects and, better get a feel for the flow of energy that is surrounding us at all times. Your ability to have fun, to practice, to exchange, to create, to grow, to accept. And just be your authentic, most magical self. No, seriously, I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna pull a card for us, but first I wanted to show you I'm working on making the platonic solids in 3D form. So I have an icosahedron, this air. I got our earth here, with our cube, got our tetrahedron, and it was really fun to fold all these shapes like origami, and I'm gonna string them and make some kind of fun mobile. The dodecahedron's gonna be, ooh, like I made these stencils, right, to make my shapes, and to make this into an equilateral triangle without a roller was really challenging, but it somewhat came to be. So knock on wood that it's gonna be easier. So I have this sacred spirit reading card, and I haven't been doing card readings often, but lately I did a spread for myself and it just hit home. I went down a rabbit hole of a bunch of other things I would like to share, but a lot's been happening too in the 3D and my focus. I think I got 1, 2. Yeah. Alright. Oh, these have like the same colors in them. So we have Dark Night of the Soul, Life Brings New Meaning, and it was in reverse. And that means that there's something that needs to be looked at deeper, unresolved in the unconscious realm. Something you haven't met yet, a memory. And it's a memory that's created a long-term thinking pattern that's blocking you from further abundance because it's a belief you wrote so long ago. It almost feels like a definition of what the world is. However, it's important to go back and see the blessing in those moments and how it created you now. To even meet how you truly feel about something, seeing if those emotions come up and are misplaced into current situations that may trigger it. Because then you give space to react differently and become new. Otherwise, you're so locked in. So emotional challenges resolve the issue. And look at the gold in my hands. Coming from tears. It's okay to cry in moments of glee, shame, rage. okay to release those feelings. I don't know why I needed to say it's okay, but it is okay. And then there comes a moment where it's time to remember to move. And I don't know why move is so important. It's like the only way to experience this body and this world, not those worlds. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's crystals and angels that go with each one, but however, I just don't feel like opening the booklet. I'm gonna get back to creating and looking up the tie between what is it, manganese oxide and nanotechnology. They interlink with a fungi in the body and create a ferromagnet and create a battery out of your body. The Matrix movie isn't far off. It's biochemical. And I'm intrigued. I have been just tugging little weird strange hairs and I always go, oh my god, the Morgellons. I kind of get a little freaked out sometimes, but it's okay. I'm kind of in a period of reset in my life, and I found someone so similar to myself to walk alongside. I had a really deep discovery about myself in a moment of being in survival mode, being in the one energy, blinded to other, total loss of empathy, and recognize that I'm actually capable of that. And there were some important decisions I needed to make. And there were mistakes that I made, and I came back to face my mistakes. So I've let go so many times. Just ran, started anew, kept almost nothing, less and less each time. To the point my abundance, my heart started closing. I could have gone through a really tough path. My alternative could have been darker than the opportunity I have chosen today. And I thank Spirit for that, for bringing me people to connect with, for bringing me ideas, for bringing me that little feeling that said, you know what, never mind. Am I making the right choice? So, I've been pondering a lot. I realized that there were mental concerns about myself that I did not bring into serious account, and that in researching psychology more, there are terms that fit my personality, the ego, so well. That's a mix between attachment reactions in me, but just that the mental neurodivergence is a lot deeper than I realized. And it painted a whole narrative to why I felt the way I did in childhood, and that I can't overlook myself anymore, to treat myself more tenderly, to give myself grace, and that in those moments I can more easily extend that to the other and to those who I've been shown grace in my love when it cannot be returned, that I'm must protect myself, and if it means cutting ties, so be it. And if in that cutting ties, your whole family turns their back on you, to which, oh boy, it was a lot. I almost took myself out one night, that unconscious switch back from like lack and like a real sense of self that is sacred, not being present at that moment. That flip-flop became really intense, and I've struggled with this for a while, but in moments of high stress, it becomes apparent and I become handicapped. And to a lot of things. To a lot of things. If you've seen my journey. So, yeah, in my vulnerability towards that, in sharing my story, even when I shared my story in lack of understanding myself, and now in being able to see myself through a different lens, it's just to look back with more tenderness and care towards someone who in the mind is like a child to the world, and you see everyone else around you as a child who is exploring love, the needing of it, the craving of it, the desire to share it, to express it, to whatever, in all forms, whether it's complete or not. It's just fractions that feel like something, just a little bit of something is lacking from it. I use that word again, the redundancy, but yeah. Hey, side thought, isn't it crazy how our eyes have particular cones and we're not really seeing the real color of things, we're seeing the inverse because of how our eyes are. Anyway, I'm getting a phone call. Hope that helped.